Good afternoon from Los Angeles, California. I'm Dr. Ryan Ava. As you most likely know by now, the FBI executed a search warrant at the home of the disgraced, twice impeached former President Donald Trump. It's an unprecedented move, and some may even call it a bold statement by the DOJ that truly no one is above the law. Among many questions being asked, one stands out the most. What standards must be met before the FBI raids a former president's residence? Well, for starters, you may have to meet the basic standard of any search warrant. You have to show probable cause that someone might not be Donald Trump or could be Donald Trump committed a crime, and probable cause that there is evidence of that crime in that location being searched. You have to exactly point out what it is that you're looking for, and you have to put all that in an affidavit that a federal judge reviews and then makes a determination that there is sufficient cause to invade someone's privacy and to come into someone's home. But again, this is a former president, and the political consequences, the national consequences of executing a search warrant are just too big. As you may recall earlier, I covered the story about a memo issued by the Justice Department's Merrick Garland with regards to being and staying politically neutral, and that any investigation into political candidates must be approved by the head of the department, that is Merrick Garland, personally. That being said, it's appropriate to ask what would justify Merrick Garland, who is a very cautious person, to authorize a search that had to be authorized by him personally. Additionally, you have to ask what is it about this particular circumstances that has led the Justice Department to this step. Obviously, they don't quite trust Trump. As we all know, he's not the kind of person that abides to subpoenas or formal requests. Trump could potentially be liable for making false statements through his lawyers to the National Archives. We need to see what the FBI presented to the federal judge before grasping the depth of this issue. However, whatever it is, it doesn't look good for Donald Trump. Now, some have speculated that Trump controlled the narrative by making the announcement himself. He even launched a fundraising campaign, for God's sake. And some have gone to the extent of calling it a, quote, good day for Trump. Is it possible that the search is because of some documents that they were destroyed? Maybe. Is it possible that the search could be because of something completely different? Maybe. But the good news is that there is a possibility of some overlap between the materials he kept and the January 6th insurrection. In other words, even if the search is just because of the National Archives, which on its own is a big deal, if other documents pertaining to the January 6th insurrection and his inevitable role in the attempted coup shows up, it's a fair game. The narrative coming from his camp and from his son Eric is that this is a continuation of the National Archives issue. The search warrant could be for all documents that were unlawfully retained in pursuance and in violation of the Presidential Records Act. Basically everything that he took to Mar-a-Lago from the White House, and that could include January 6 materials. Mishandling classified documents or evidence that classified documents are mishandled or is treated as such is a very serious crime, and people have gotten convicted and sent to prison for that. There has been some reporting that even the list of the classified documents is long, and some of the documents may have been so sensitive that they couldn't actually describe the documents without making a list that was classified itself. Which means that there could be some documents there that put national security interests in jeopardy because of Donald Trump's carelessness or worse. This should be viewed as these DOJ probes encircling or getting tighter around Donald Trump. It's just a remarkable thing to see that the FBI and the Justice Department would take such a step, and a federal judge would approve it. And it shows that they have got something very important. We just don't know what it is yet. To support my work, please click the subscribe, the like button, and the notification bell so you wouldn't miss any of my new videos.